Hello everyone. I've just realised that my camera's really in a weird position. Welcome to the FPL Gameweek 1 deadline stream, the first deadline stream of the season. Super excited that we're 90 minutes away from locking in our Gameweek 1 teams for the 2024-25 season. Another 90 minutes away from the first kickoff of the Premier League being back, Manchester United against Fulham. Let me know in the chat, by the way, if you have a player from that game and whether you've chosen a player for that game purely so that you've got some cover and something to support. If you are in, come and say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're watching live from as well. I am going to be locking in my team on this stream. I am going to be answering questions as well. So super excited to see so many of you joining me already. Again, this is the team that I shared on my team selection video, which was yesterday. I've been so busy with work that I've kind of lost track of what happened when, what day it is. I haven't changed this team. However, there are a few things that I'm a little bit unsure of. So things could change, but at the moment, this is how it's looking. So, you know, lots of decisions to make in terms of what to do, where to go with it. It's the Eze thing that's bothering me at the moment. Is Eze going to get a move to Man City? Does that rule him out? And what could I do about that? Lots of you in the chat then, so make sure you are saying hello. Gary is in. Good to see you, Gary. Light Rays is in Sydney, currently 2 a.m. Well done for still being awake. And more sociable 12 o'clock in Washington. Have you got the day off work, Ali Razor? Coach Babs is in Canada. Alex already coming in with a member question. Anderson or Robinson? I think Robinson's a safe bet. Armaju with the big question, will Eze stay? That's the thing that we need to know, isn't it? That's going to affect quite a lot of our final teams. Alex is in from Nairobi, locked at 7 p.m. Bonkers LFC says hello again, everyone. Salah captain. So many of you joining me on the press conference stream earlier. It's great to be back again with you already. FPL Down Under is modding 2 a.m. in Melbourne. Are you pulling an all-nighter? Are you going to watch the United game as well? Are you on UK time for FPL? FPL Down Under also says, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm sure many of you will be doing. So yeah, this is where I'm stuck with my team. I'm at the stage now where I don't really want to make a lot of changes. I'd like to be locked. However, there's a few things that I'm unsure of, particularly Eze. If he gets a move, there's been no news today, so you would imagine he'll be a Palace player. When is that fixture actually? Do they play tomorrow? Oh, they don't play till Sunday. Like, Sunday's a long way away in this window. Graham is in from Hull, been to Grimsby today. Good to see you. Bonkers LFC is looking at Mooney's. And we've already got the first super chat of the stream in from OP Talent. Thank you. Haaland, Solanke or Gabriel and Mooney's. I feel like Solanke's a gift this season, so I'm going to go with the first one of those. Matthew Kroll is in from Atlanta and asks Bailey and Konza or Smith Rowe and Porro. Smith Rowe and Porro, I think, it's got to be, especially because Leicester have got no attack at the moment, so I think a Porro clean sheet looks likely. Wesley is in from Ireland. Digital Mayhem, have Mateta, as I think he will do well this season. Extra twitching on Eze with potential move, was not keen on the double anyway. Are you confident that Mateta starts? I mean, I think Glasner said he had a full squad, so I assume that means that he's available. Bonkers is benched Watkins for Muniz. We didn't get any update on Watkins' status from the press conference, even though he's taken no part of pre-season so far. Nick Z is in and says, hey. Shiraz says, Haaland captain Phil's differential. I love you using the captain emoji in the chat. That's for the members. Yeah, I agree with you. It is differential. I've moved off it now. FPL Down Under is staying up till the deadline, so that's another 90 minutes. So that'll be 3:30. Watch some highlights tomorrow. Yeah, I guess you'll wake up to football, which will be lovely. Definitely lost my place a little bit in the chat already. Gurney has said I've gotten rid of Eze for Gordon. This is something I could do. I've used the exact funds here, but I could switch Eze to Gordon and get the funds from Pope. Well, let me know. Just drop in the chat what you think. Would you rather have Eze or Gordon? I will have to take Pope down to a 4.5, but is that something that you think I should do, Eze to Gordon? That's what I'm thinking about. Ali Jan says Gordon's going to come and haunt me. Lots of love for Gordon. Digital Mayhem says Gordon. I'm buying Eze. Why am I buying Eze? I feel like my head's gone already. We've still got another 80 minutes to go. I was buying Eze because I like the fixtures. But it's no good if he's not in a Palace shirt. FPL Down Under says, who is everyone's differential? I don't know if I've got any differentials in this side. Kwanzaa, maybe? I've not actually checked the ownership of players on the FPL website, to be fair. How do you find that out easily? Can you do that on the pick page? Kwanzaa's 6.3% owned, so maybe he's a differential. Who knows at this point? So yeah, this is the spot of contention is the Eze spot. I'll be honest, I think he probably stays. FPL Lorin has gone Minter, but are you concerned about the signings? Ali Razor says, do you think Maddison would be ideal with Solanke up top? I mean, Solanke's only 0.5 more and he's nailed, could be on pens. I think Maddison will do very well with Solanke in the team, but I think you might be better off with Solanke. Gurney says, I want Minter, but those fixtures are terrible. I think there's going to be a lot of competitions for places at Brighton with lots of signings in the window, so I'm not absolutely sure that it's a move that would be worth it, let's say. There's lots of kind of moving parts at the moment with the window open, which makes it difficult. It's really warm in here again. Like, since I've been streaming, I turned the computer off for a bit, gave it a break. I used my phone as my camera, so that needed charging. So I've had like 2 hours to just kind of turn things around a bit, try and cool things down, but you know, it's pretty hot here, and then I've shut the blinds again, shut the window again. But you know, FPL deadline has to take priority. What plans have we got for watching the game then tonight? Obviously, I've got Smith Rowe as my Fulham player, so I've got someone in the game. Yeah, so there's lots of, you know, different bits. But then if I drop Eze to Gordon, sorry, if I upgrade Eze to Gordon, I need to get funds out of Pope. I quite like Pope being there. I prefer him to the Newcastle defenders who feel a bit rotation risk-like. It's really difficult to know kind of which way to go with these things. Let me know what your kind of key dilemma is. FPL Down Under's got Smith Rowe as well. Gurney's going to watch Coventry v Oxford over it. At least, have you got hopes to come back and get points, or have you not got anyone in the fixture? I'm quite looking forward to watching the game tonight. It's just nice having the Premier League back. That's my plan after the stream. Eat, watch, chill. Big glass of gin. Gurney's benched the Fulham players. Are you a United fan? It's a really exciting time with the fixtures as well. If you look at the games, like the captain poll's looking quite interesting at the moment. A lot going Isak. This is the other thing that I could change. Isak v Haaland for me for captaincy. I'm a little bit torn on. I still want to go Haaland. Haaland is a robot, right? So in his first season at City, he blanked in the Community Shield and then he scored a brace in his opening fixture against West Ham. I didn't own him. This is why I remember it. And then last season, he blanked in the Community Shield again, and then scored in a brace against Burnley away again in game week 1. That's what makes it so attractive to go with him as an option, because we know that he's a robot. So whether he can do that again, that's the thing that we're considering. Now, I was live earlier for the press conference stream. Let me see if I can get that up, actually. So this is kind of the situation. The big takeaway was Pep Guardiola's press conference, where he said Rodri has no chance, which makes Nkunku a bit more attractive. And also, he said that he needed Foden to start training. There was a message that came up about Foden, and then it got deleted. I don't know if it was embargoed or they posted it and then didn't want to post it, but it sounds like Foden's got very little chance of minutes. So I don't think he's an option. But we had news from Fulham that Smith Rowe is someone who's working his way up to full fitness, but Marco Silva has said he can make an impact regardless. It's not a very congested time in the fixture calendar anyway, so Smith Rowe should be fine. I discussed this in my team selection video the other day, and also we had news that at Manchester United that the new defensive signings will be in the squad for tonight. Luke Shaw is out, so lots to consider in there as well in terms of teams and lineups. So we might get some team leaks later. People are already discussing when they're going to wildcard. I've still not decided on what team I'm going to start the season with, let alone who I'm going to wildcard. We're almost at 100 likes, guys, which is phenomenal. So make sure you've hit the like button and you've subscribed to the channel as well. I will, when there's time, pick out some individual questions in the chat. Rory said, thoughts on Smith Rowe, Nkunku, Solanke, minutes quality and more. I think Smith Rowe and Solanke are going to be great players this season. They may not be as sharp in game week 1 as we would like them to be, but certainly down the line I think they're going to be very good options in FPL this season. And Nkunku, a bit more of an unknown for me. It's hard to really say kind of what he's capable of, because it's been a while since he's had a proper season. Yeah, he's looked great in pre-season, but we can't add too much weight to that. AR Maju says Garnacho could be better over Smith Rowe. Yeah, quite like Garnacho now at that $6.5 million price point. I've not got space for him though. Digital Mayhem said Eze to Nkunku. Without Rodri, City are not the same team. Yeah, I feel like everyone was on Eze and then I've gone to Eze and everyone's gone off Eze. But I think if he stays at Palace, I'm happy to have him. It's just, there are question marks there. Mark Quinn said Son captain for me. Love it. I think, you've probably heard this already if you was in the press conference stream earlier, but Son has 9 goals in 14 appearances against Leicester. I think he's got 4 assists as well. This is in the Premier League. And also, that fixture is goals. 22 goals in the last 4 meetings between the two sides. Asher Ali, any thoughts about swapping Vardiol for Arsenal defenders? Yeah, so some people feeling cold on City defence because if Walker doesn't start, then Vardiol will be more defensive than he was last season, because if Lewis starts, he's the one that goes forward and Vardiol kind of stays within a back 3 in possession. So we need Walker to start for Vardiol, and also Rodri, a big loss. City lost all 3 games last season, which Rodri missed. Pep said he's got no chance, he hasn't even trained. We may not see Rodri until September, so that is off-putting to say the least, because Vardiol was great at the end of last season, but if he's not going to keep the same position, then he's not going to be as good. So then you think, well, if he's not going to offer as much clean sheet potential or attacking threat, do I go with an Arsenal defender for the first 3 game weeks? Which is, again, is something that I'm kind of considering a little bit, because Arsenal have got 3 nice fixtures to start the season with, really. They've got Wolves at home, Villa away, Brighton at home. We saw Saliba and Gabriel getting on the score sheet last weekend in the Emirates Cup. Looked sharp. Set piece is so imperative to their play. So, you know, maybe we're overlooking the Arsenal defence. Lots to think about there. So, I think there's merit to it, Asher, is what I'm trying to say. Definitely missed some more member questions. Bonkers LSC has gone with Eze as well. We're in it together. I do feel like always on this last kind of day before FPL starts, the later it gets in the day, the more reluctant I am to change my team, because I'm just at that point where I just don't really know what to do for the best, and I don't know whether I'm overthinking it. You know, it's been a really busy time as a content creator, and then, you know, you kind of lose your way a little bit and can overplay. But I think I'm probably more at risk of underplaying. Robin says my team is in shambles. I'm sure it's not. Drop your questions in, Robin. Let me guide you. Why are you in a shambles? What kind of decisions are you struggling with ahead of the deadline? I've also got Barco, who's my sub one, and Estupiñán's back in training for Brighton. Now that is very vague, him being back in training. It doesn't mean that he's training with the group or going to be back in the team soon, but Barco could be displaced. We know that Brighton are looking to sign more players in the window that could take that spot. So do I change Barco? Do I need to get a £4.5 million defender in place of Barco at sub 1, which means dropping Pope down? Do I go with a Ben Johnson? Gurney says King as the 4 million keeper for my confidence levels. Like it. Avi says I got a membership on the channel and I didn't even know about it. Thank you for whoever gifted it. Yeah, John, you'll see him in the chat a lot of Killer at. He's one of the channel mods. I think he gifted 50 memberships in the press conference stream earlier, which was incredible. Blew me away. I didn't quite know what to say. So yeah, this Barco spot, again, I could get 0.5 out of Pope and improve that, or just swap. So again, it's another thing that I'm thinking about. We may do a little membership giveaway later, guys. I think it does help if you're active in the chat. So what I want you to let me know in the chat is what your biggest dilemma is going into this deadline. How many players are locked and how many aren't? Yeah, I'm going for 33,000 subscribers today. I'm about 300 off at the minute. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, then, you know, you need to think about who's going to be, who's in your team, who you're going with. I'm sure lots of you have got dilemmas of who to pick and who to ignore. Del Nero is in from Cyprus. I love it in Cyprus. Holidayed there a lot. Does help that you can drive on the proper side of the road. Robin says we're all definitely overthinking, but I want Palmer so bad and can't fit him in without going without Liverpool attack, except Trent. Yeah, Chelsea's fixtures are nice, obviously after game week 1. But don't let the game week 1 fixture put you off either, because, you know, going up against his former employers, I think he'll be fired up for that game. I think in this fixture last season, it finished 4-4. Palmer came on as a sub, I believe, and got a penalty, which he converted. But then once Chelsea have got that City at home fixture out of the way, which is at home as well, which helps, it's then Wolves, Palace, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Forest. So a really nice next 6 after this. I think you'll find that if Palmer starts well on Sunday, then a lot of managers are going to be trying to get him in. I don't even know if I've got an easy route in. Like, obviously I could go Saka to Palmer if I wanted to, but I'd probably have to sell Trent or Vardiol or Jota to get the funds. This is why it's good to start the season with a little bit of money in the bank, but I always find it pretty much impossible to do. I always find some way of spending that extra 0.5. At the minute, the luxury is having Pope over a £4.5 million goalkeeper. Dylan's fancying Eze. Don't blame you. Have I missed any member questions? I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. Not got many mods in today. I keep checking. I've got the tweet deck open on another tab just to check whether there's any transfer news going round. Because it's not long now until this deadline, and you know there's lots that can derail it in terms of transfers. We've got a super chat in from Nasib. Thank you. Do you fancy Garnacho starting, please? Yeah, don't see why not. I think we'll get... I don't know whether Fernandez will play the false 9. I think he'll probably play 10. Maybe with Rashford in front of him. I don't think Zerki's fit to start. And then Ahmad and Garnacho, the wide players. And then Casemiro and Mainu. I'm not sure about further back, to be fair. It depends whether the new guys are ready to start. Del Nero's going with safe minutes picks. No one Kunku because Chelsea, we don't even know what they are actually doing with their transfers. As a Liverpool fan, I don't have a single Liverpool player. Tell me why you've not got any Liverpool. I've got 3. It does feel a bit risky, to be fair, because we don't know what Liverpool are going to be like under Slot. It's going to be very different from the Klopp era. The thing is with Liverpool, Trent's got such high upside as the most attacking defender in the league. Jota starting out of position as the 9. He's not a safe minutes pick though. And then Kwanzaa looks like a gift if he starts at 4.5, but again, it's not guaranteed. Akshat is in and modding. Thank you, Akshat. Sorry I was running late due to work calls. Are you done for the day now? What did I miss? You've not missed a lot, Akshat. Don't worry. I'm surprised that... Well, I'm not surprised that you were working late because you were modding in the 2.5-hour stream I did earlier, and you're back again already. So really appreciate you joining and doing what you're doing for the stream. Dylan says I'm benching Rodgers to play Smith Rowe. Yeah, I think probably on fixtures it's a bit of a 50-50, and I've seen a lot of managers with Smith Rowe benched, and I think certainly for teams that have gone Salah over Haaland, there's merit to having Smith Rowe as the 8th attacker and then benching him. I think if the fixtures were kind of scheduled a bit differently, then a lot more would have Smith Rowe benched, but I think for me it's just I want to just have a player in that game. Right, we are now 1 hour and 6 minutes out from the deadline. It's going quick. I've spent a lot of time discussing the changes that I could make to my team. I've not actually done anything about it at the moment. Del Nero not that positive on Liverpool. Robin says, thank you, Holly, you're the best. Oh, thanks for joining. Gurney says, should I downgrade at the bank? With my Raya, Trent, Vardiel and Munoz, that would allow me to upgrade Smith Rowe and João Pedro. I would upgrade João Pedro. I think Smith Rowe is absolutely fine. Who I'd drop out of that? Maybe Munoz, because there's a high probability that Gay leaves Crystal Palace. Potentially, I would look as well to upgrade João Pedro, because Brighton are signing a lot of players and it's not really clear in terms of who's available and who's not. Eki says thoughts on Kulusevski. Kulusevski's been great in pre-season, but I think now that Solanke's joined, Kulusevski could miss out altogether. Sorry, I just got to send a quick message. Just sent you a message actually on WhatsApp, in the WhatsApp. Del Nero says, I just don't see clean sheets for a 7 million player, and at the attack we have so many options. What I see it as is you're paying 7 million for a player to get attacking returns, and the clean sheets are a bonus. VJ is in and modding and with a super chat as well, announcing his way in. Willie says thoughts on Lewis Hall. I think it's looking like Newcastle are going to sign Gay, and at that point Burn will move from the left-sided centre-back slot to compete with Hall. in the left back slot. Now it looks like, sorry, my chair's gone a bit low. It looks like from last season, Hall was favourite for that left back slot. And a lot of discussion between Newcastle fans is that he's number one and Burns the deputy. But then I do keep hearing contrasting views on this. So it's not guaranteed. So there is a bit of uncertainty, and probably both of them are just one poor performance away from losing the spot. I think Hall will start the season, so it's just whether you've got the contingency. We're almost at 500 views at the moment, which is incredible. Make sure as well that you subscribed if you haven't done so already. Hoping to hit 33,000 subscribers on this stream. About 250 off at the minute. So if you are watching and you don't subscribe, please press the button. Liverpool stalled on the Mamad Dashiv. I can't even say that. It's on screen. I won't worry about saying it. Daniro says, I like your Jota pick for 2 to 3 games. Yeah, I'll deal with him at the international break if he's missing out. Who do you think will start as 9? Like, once everyone's up to speed? Because obviously, Gakpo and Darwin are available for this game, but they haven't played any pre-season minutes. Oh, I love this from Akim. He says, I love your new colour selection this season. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I've had a bit of a transition. Let me show you without ruining. This is going to hurt your head though. This was the press conference stream colours. And then this is the deadline stream colours. Does it look deadline enough? I've realised that my team background is like orange to pink. And then the titles for the live chat are pink to orange. Does that matter? Is it too bold? Giving you a headache? I did wonder as well whether I needed the Sky Sports bit in the background on this. Like, I could ditch the green screen, open the windows, but then it wouldn't look as good on the intro screen. It's all about the look. It's like the compromise for the stream looking on top form. Sorry, I'm just having a look on the tweet deck to see if anything interesting's happening, because if there's any team news or anything like that, I'd need to get that to you guys. But it all looks quite quiet at the moment. Alexa says, I have benched Nkunku for Murphy. I'm not quite sure if it's the best decision. I think I like Murphy for the opening game of the season. I think if you're going with him, you've got to start him. Marcus, thoughts on the 4.5 million defenders? I think Fulham's Robinson is probably the safest one to buy. Kwanzaa has the most upside, but could lose his place. Hall, again, nice fixtures, could lose his place. So you kind of don't want too many risks, is what I'd say. Mikalenko, but then Everton have got a lot of defensive injuries, which kind of puts me off him at the moment. It felt like when the game launched, there was loads of 4.5 million options to choose from, and now it's actually got to the point where we're picking them and we don't know who to pick. Let me know as well in the chat what if there's any like specific topics you'd like me to cover on this stream. Gurney, anyone finding it hard to pick strikers this year? I'm just not feeling anyone. I think Haaland and Isak are pretty clear cut in terms of whether you go for them or not. But then you look at the other options. Solanke is one. I think Solanke and Muniz are like the third picks. We're 1 hour out from the deadline. It's flying by. I need to keep up with the chat and keep answering all these members' questions. Eki, I'm contemplating between Pickford Pope as one keeper for all game weeks. Can you help? Pope's worked his way back from injury. Pickford's had a busy summer and has got injuries in front of him, whereas Newcastle are strengthening in the window, it sounds like. So That's why I've gone Pope over Pickford, but there's not a lot in it. I think sometimes when you support a club, you either over pick in terms of FPL of having too many of their players in your team, or you underpick and you don't go with anyone. Like, I've got no United players in this side and I've picked Smith Rowe, but it's like a win-win tonight. Either United win their first game of the season, or if they don't, hopefully Smith Rowe gets me some points in FPL. So I think sometimes your judgment can be clouded either positively or negatively by the players that you're interested in. Oh, VJ said subscribe to the channel. Thank you, VJ. I'll let you know how close we are to the 33,000 target. We're still 250 off. That sounds a bit ambitious. I've lost my place in the chat again. Dylan says, as a Liverpool fan, I can tell you Slot likes Gakpo. Yeah, I think that's going to happen fairly soon. Let's hope Jota starts the season well. But Jota can go off the left. So, yeah. You don't need to worry too much because you've got other options that you can go with. It doesn't have to be all on one player. John is in and says the whole setup is top-notch, high quality. Oh, thank you, John. The chat keeps stalling. Start Smith Rowe or Vardy from Nelson. I think I'd go Smith Rowe. Gotta be the attacking player. You can't go with a 4-3-3 for the first week. Yeah, I think FFH is having a few server issues at the moment. Apparently they're working on it. Del Nero's waiting on Solanke. Got Mooney's. Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. I think it's between Solanke and Mooney's if you're going 3 up top in terms of who you're having as that third attacker. Why have I gone Jota over Gordon? Because I'm confident of Jota's minutes in game week 1 and less so on Gordon. Howe said he's working his way back to fitness and he's behind other people. And I think we've just got to consider the fact that Gordon could get subbed at 60 and Jota should play 90. That's all really. And Jota was impressive. Marcus says I'm going with Konza, Robinson, Kwanzaa, Lewis and Livramento. Konza and Robinson are nailed. Kwanzaa isn't. He's short term, but maybe not long term. Lewis isn't gonna. Walker could easily start. Livramento, Trippier could easily start. So there's risks in there, Marcus. I know I've gone risky as well, but I think Lewis and Livramento I wouldn't be comfortable with. I think you need a premium defender in there, if I'm honest. Even if it's just one. I think you do need a premium in there. I feel like I'm going to lose my voice at some point soon. Hopefully we get through the next 55 minutes. Sorry, I'm just filtering through loads of tabs to just try and make sure that I've got everything covered and there's not any more team leaks or anything like that coming through at the moment. It's still early. I don't know whether United and Fulham are the types of sides that we tend to get the team leaks for anyway. So it's all looking fairly quiet at the moment. I have Bowen because the so-called bad fixtures he has them at home is also safe for minutes. This is true, and he's captain. Penalties. You know, West Ham are improved a lot in terms of the personnel in the window. New manager as well. So everything's up for grabs. I think the thing that we need to think about, though, is how long it's going to take the players to gel. Whether we need to give it a bit longer before investing. Yeah, this is weird. I guess Alisson's kind of maybe running out of years to be at his top level. So trying to do business in the window now. But then it's like, is it that attractive to go and sit on the bench? Tony's asked that Doku or Gibbs White. Gibbs White I had in my team for most of pre-season because I like the fixtures, but he's produced no attacking returns, and as much as I say you can't rely on pre-season form, it wasn't kind of very appealing. How nailed is Doku long term? I don't know, but if Grealish is out, then you know he's going to get the next few games. Akshat says, guys, let's give a like and subscribe to Holly's award-winning channel. He's even put the trophy on there. Try joining the budget and captain picks to enjoy the perks of this channel. It's very useful. So we've got a small group of the channel WhatsApp members. So if you hit the join button on this video, you can join as a channel member. Then you'll get the badge next to your name in the chat. And, you know, I've got this little area on the stream where I shout out all the member questions. So you get priority on that. Instead of doing a super chat where you have to pay for one question, I think it's only $1.99 a month to be a member. And then I'll read out all your questions. And if you join at the WhatsApp level, then you get access to the WhatsApp chat. Akshat's in there, John's in there, Simon's in there. It's a really good group of guys. I'm in there all the time chatting FPL with them. So that's well worth checking out as well. So you just have to hit the join button on the video. Oh, Robin's coming with a full rate my team. Let's see what we can do here. So team is Pope and Valdemarson, who's the backup at Brentford. Then there's Gabriel Barco, Johnson Kwanzaa, Saka, Palmer, Rogers, Salah captain, Bruno, Solanke, Watkins, Cannon. Cannon's an interesting one because Leicester, Vardy's out, Daka's out. Cannon, it might be I can't even say his name, Malvadidi, who is the one that gets the minutes up front. But Cannon could get some minutes. So I think a 3-5-2 is the way to go with no Haaland. Watkins, I'm not sure on though. I would have Isak over Watkins every day of the week. So I'd make that improvement. And then that might give you a little bit more money to spend in the defence. Because you've only got... I think you may have missed a player off, Robin. Gabriel, I like. Is Vardy all in there? You've got Kwanzaa as well. But yeah, the midfield's stacked. I don't know about Rodgers, though. I try and improve that Rodgers. Yeah, Watkins was not mentioned in Unai Emery's press conference. We were on stream for ages waiting for news. It never came. There was no news. So we're going in blind. All we know is that Watkins has played no minutes in pre-season. We don't know whether he's available for game week 1 or not. It was not mentioned in the press conference. There may be embargoed quotes that come out overnight, but that often happens on a Friday night. But given that the FPL deadline is a Friday, it's coming up in 50 minutes, by the way, guys. Yeah, we don't know about Watkins. For me, I just don't like the uncertainty, so I'm going to be avoiding him. Killer Rat's popped in and modding for a bit. I'm not sure how long he'll be here, but he's here for now. I think he's got family stuff as well. But he said, please hit like, subscribe, and chat away. It all helps Holly grow. And we're going to get taller. I think he meant it'll help the channel grow. Much appreciated, John. Paul says, Henderson, Kwanzaa, Gabriel, Trent. That's a decent defence. Saka, Eze, Fernandes, and Kunku, Smith Rowe, Isak, Haaland. Really nice squad. I guess the only thing you're missing there is a Spurs attacker. But you can't have them all. I've gone without an Arsenal defender that I'd love in mine. Bishara says, Salah about to break hearts. That's very true. Shiraz says Nkunku or Smith Rowe. I mean, Smith Rowe, you're saving $1 million. It depends what that $1 million affords you, Shiraz. Can you give a bit more detail on that? Asher has got Trent and Gabriel. I need another defender than Kwanzaa. Any recommendations for $4.5 million? Anthony Robinson at Fulham. Konza. Mikolenko. Shiraz says, what do you think about Bruno G? He gets fouled a lot, so he'll benefit from the new bonus point system change. That's true. The only thing is, he's a defensive midfielder. He doesn't get many attacking returns. So I think for me, there's probably better options at his price point. You can't just look at the tweak to the bonus point system. Need a 4.5 defender on your bench. Yeah, I know what you mean about the Liverpool double up. I don't love it either. It's just I really like Trent and his price this season. I really like Kwanzaa's price for a starter. But whether I've got the right balance to get them in, yeah, you're right, you probably don't have. But Liverpool have got the best fixtures of anyone. So I'm just going to ride it out. And I really like Pope because I really got a slice of that Newcastle defence as well. Oh, you've got Isak. Oh, that's fine. Why are you saying Watkins? Have you got Watkins on your mind? Good question from Matthew. Is it worth hanging on to Eze after the transfer rumours? I mean, the transfer window is open until the end of the month. So it could be... I mean, I'd like to think that Eze is still a Palace player when it comes to Palace's game on Sunday. I don't think Palace want to sell him. I think there's a release fee to trigger. So that's kind of like the difficulty there. But we're not going to know till the end of the month. So it's whether you want to go there or not. I'm still going there. Right, I have got a leak. This is the first leak that Ahmad starts for Manchester United. So I'm just going to update the graphic with the leak. Ahmad starts. There will be more coming, but obviously that's the big one to start with. I just need to make sure that I'm saving it in the right place. There we go. So that's the first leak. So he's only 5 million. I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be a starter for, but certainly starting the season as a starter at 5 million is good. See, this is the best place to get the team leaks, by the way, guys. So make sure that you have hit the like button. We're nearly at 250 likes, and subscribe to the channel as well. I'll be here for the deadline streams every week. James Tang has said hi, Molly. Definitely Holly. Del Nero says, so Eze is staying at Palace because he's also in my team. We don't know. We honestly don't know. It's whether you're prepared to take the risk and have him still or not. Another question from Shiraz. Nkunku and Rodgers or Smith Rowe and a 5.5 million asset? I think the balance is better for Nkunku and Rodgers, if I'm honest. Lewis Dunk, yeah, again, I don't know how fit he is. VJ says, can we get up to 300 likes? I think we're on our way, VJ, but we're definitely not there yet. We've hit 250 now. So if we keep pushing, we may just get there. You never know. We are 45 minutes out to the deadline, by the way. There's 500 of you in. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that as well. It's been a very busy few days for content on the channel, and a lot more planned for this season. Quite a few suggestions on 4.5 million options. I think I've done that one. Oh, Eze, Nkunku and Rodgers or Jota, Smith Rowe in 5.5 million. Yeah, maybe if there's Jota in there as well, I would do it. Eki says, do you prefer Pope, Mikalenko or Pickford Hall? Pickford Hall, I think. Just. Paul, Pope and Porro or Henderson and Gabriel? I think Henderson and Gabriel. I think it's got to be. Robin says, good luck everyone. You've got another 45 minutes yet. But appreciate the sentiment. VJ has said, which defenders are starting for Brighton? I think it'll be Barco, Dunk. I think Dunk should start. Van Heck, Veltman. I don't know, it's not that easy to call. I think that you can tell why they need reinforcements. Alex says Kai or Solanke. Solanke for me, it's got to be. Yeah, just a reminder, guys, we have had the first team leak of the season, and that is Ahmad starts for Manchester United. 5 million midfielder should start on the right wing. Shiraz, other than Smith Rowe, who is the best 5.5 million midfielder pick? Forest mid, Diaz. Yeah, it was like there seemed to be a lot of options a week ago, but then Minter, well, Brighton have strengthened again in the window. That puts me off him. There's a lot that have been put off in the last few days, which is always the same with these budget picks. I think Smith Rowe is the one because he's kind of like undisputed. Because he's a new signing, we know that he's in favour, which is always something that's important in FPL. Matthew says, thoughts on my team: Henderson, Gabriel, Porro, Kwanzaa, Salah, Eze, and Nkunku, Smith Rowe, Holland, Isak, Solanke. Yep, looks great. Oh, this is lovely from Nick. Love the channel, Holly. Content has been brilliant through pre-season. No Salah for you, no temptation at any point to get him. Yeah, there is always temptation. I just found that in the end I like the balance without. And we've had a super chat in from Big Fat Giraffe. Good to see you. Thoughts on Mbermo plus both Gabriel and Saliba. Mbermo, I think if Tony had gone, I would say, yeah, absolutely get Tony. But because he's still there, I'm just not as convinced at the moment. In terms of Gabriel and Saliba, I think this is my kind of main disappointment with my squad is I've not found place for an Arsenal defender. If I was buying one, it would be Gabriel because he's got the better goal threat. And I think in the short term and in the long term is a great pick. But most managers are looking at 4 to 5 game weeks, and then you've got the tricky fixtures in there, game week 4 and 5. I think a lot of us will be looking in a few weeks thinking, why didn't we go with Arsenal defenders from the off? Oh, Robin's after the game tonight. Have fun. Del Nero says, Semenyo, Bournemouth have bought a great attacker, so I predict very, very good things there. Yeah, I think he's got a chance of making the squad as well. I think Semenyo will play off the wing, but it's a position he did well in last season. I think it's good that he's been classified in that position. Have I caught up with the chat or... Is it just not loading? Ali Razor says, how can I join your WhatsApp group? Are you a member at the captain pick? Hang on. I've got so many different screens up. Yeah, so channel memberships, there's 2 levels. If you click the join button, you can join as a budget pick, which I think is $1.99. It'll be different in your currency. And then you'll get the badges, you'll get the emojis. You need to join at the captain pick level to get access to the WhatsApp group. Now, I believe when you join at that level, it gives you the it should give you the link to join. But I may be wrong. But I don't think you're at that level. I think if you've already joined as a channel member, if you look at perks and upgrade, you'll get the option to move from the budget pick to the captain pick. But yeah, it's well worth checking out the channel memberships because they're really good value. Great group chat on the WhatsApp. And also, you can also talk to me and others in the Discord. Oh, Ali's joining us. It'll be good to see you in there. And also, mini league code is on screen. I think the link is in the description to that as well if you want to join the mini league. I've lost my team now. Where's it gone? So, I've not actually made any changes. I'm still looking at the bits I'm unsure of. Which is Eze v Gordon, which would mean dropping Pope down. Barco, I could drop Pope down and move him up. I could go Vardiol to Gabriel. I don't think I'm going to do any of this. Oh, CCM official with a massive super chat, $9.99. Thank you so much. This is my lineup. Pope, Kwanzaa, Saliba, Trent, Jota, Eze, Ahmad, Gordon, Solanke, Captain Isak, Vice Captain Haaland. That's really strong. I like the front 3. The midfield, Jota, Eze, Ahmad, Gordon. Yeah, you've got some solid picks in there. It's interesting to see what you do if you don't cover the mid-price midfielder. But say if Saka, Son or Palmer makes a quick start, how are you going to get them in? You'll have to sell one of Nkunku, Eze, Jota, Gordon to get them in. But I guess they look good as early picks and then you can maybe pivot. But you're locked in. It looks like a solid team, to be fair. Thank you so much for the super chat. I don't understand what this means, VJ. Maybe I don't think my brain's kind of working at maximum capacity after the last few days. So let me know if I'm missing something obvious. Sorry, because it's close to the deadline as well, I'm getting loads of different messages in. Juggling at the moment. VJ, you're just confusing me at this point. Oh dear. I feel like I've lost the plot a little bit. I've not had enough sleep. We're 35 minutes out. Let me know in the chat then. What else would you do with this team? So I could bring Gordon in for Eze. I could swap Barco to a Johnson or a 4.5 million midfielder. I could go Vardiol to Gabriel. All these things could happen before the deadline. Is there any transfer that you think I should really prioritise that can really strengthen my team? I've been on this team since... I don't know actually. When did I look at it? I think it was maybe Tuesday. Maybe it was sooner than that. Maybe it was Monday. It could even have been Sunday night. I've definitely been settled on the front 7 for a while. It's just the defence. I don't know if I'm that excited. Down Under says trust your gut. I don't know if I'm that excited about the double Liverpool defence. But then Kwanzaa feels like a gift. That's why he's in. Just trying to keep track of everything and make sure I've not missed anything important. Barco to a 4.5 defender. Yeah. It would mean losing Pope though. I'm a bit reluctant. I think I'm going to stick as I am. VJ, Saka to Bruno and upgrade Smith Rowe. I like Smith Rowe. He's not going anywhere. Nelson. Thoughts on my team? Sells, Kwanzaa, Zinchenko, Porro. Salah, Jota, Eze, Smith Rowe, Haaland, Isak, Wood. Bench, Vardiol. Bench and Vardiol? I can maybe see why this week Barco winks. Yeah, it's a good squad. I think Zinchenko is on borrowed time. I think that's the only issue. Jota starts. Is that a lazy FPL leak for tomorrow? That's a leak for tomorrow. Very early. I think that's the early kickoff, isn't it? Let me just update the graphic. Because you know what I'm like. I can only do one thing at once. I think in terms of my multitasking, now is not the time for the sleep deprived multitasking. There we go. Unless, have I been tricked? Is it a different Jota? Oh, I don't know. I'm losing level. I can't deal with it. Is it a different Jota? Have I just fallen for that? I don't know. Oh dear. Is it Fulham that have got a Jota? Or someone that's called Jota? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe it was left open to interpretation. Another Jota. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I'll wait to have it confirmed. No, it is Diogo Jota. We'll put it up again. So that is a leak for tomorrow that Diogo Jota starts for Liverpool. We'll take that. I'm just going to update the graphic again because I don't even know if it was clear enough. It's not, I mean, I would always say that a team leak this far in advance is subject to change slightly. You know, you don't know what can happen between today and tomorrow. But yeah, they're planning on doing it. Oh, don't know. There's the whole Gordon Eze situation. It's a bit that I'm still a bit unsure on. And Del Nero says that Pope could be one of the best performing goalkeepers if the defence can stay fit. Oh, it's just Eze. It's just because City are interested in signing it, which all comes back to the Bob injury. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we do know. We've got 30 minutes to the deadline. Ahmad starts for Manchester United. We know that. We also know that Jota starts tomorrow against Ipswich. No leaks yet for Fulham. Let me know as well in the chat, what do you think to the new graphics? My editor's been very, very busy. So I'd love to know what you think to it. And make sure you're subscribed as well, by the way. We might get to 32.8k. Oh, Shara says amazing graphics. Linford says Konza or Kwanzaa? I think that's a joke question. At the minute, I can't tell what's a joke and what's not. Light race. Eze to Nkunku. Pope to Raya. I don't really know if I like Nkunku that much, light race. Raya would be nice. That's the thing, like I look at Eze and I think, am I happy with him? Or do I go up to Gordon? But you could go down to a 6.5. Haxford says, should I play Henderson or Flecken? Henderson v Flecken. I don't know. Henderson, I think you've got to go with a home game, haven't you? Surely you go with a home game. Right. We are 27 minutes out. What are we thinking? Where are we going? What questions have we still got to be answered? At the moment, I'm thinking my glasses are really dirty and I can barely see through them. I'm already starting to think of the gin that I'm going to have when the stream finishes. Del Nero, if all goes to plan, I'll get Nkunku game week 3 if he was a 70 to 75 minute player, to say the least. What's my gut feeling? I don't know at this point. I don't know. What's everyone else doing tonight? Who have you got in this game that you need to do well? Haxford said, is everyone happy with their teams? I think I am. I'm definitely in the camp of, I'm too far in now. This is going to be it. This is the team. Yeah, there's a few things that I could tinker with, but I haven't done it yet, so why would I do it now? Yeah, Del Nero says you picked this team for a reason. I think the only issue, the issues are, I think with Eze, I picked him before City started looking at him as an option. And he's not been in there long. So that's one thing. The other thing is, I think that's the only thing in the front seven. The other thing is, even when I made this draft, I did think double Liverpool defence. I don't know if I love that much. I really want an Arsenal defender. Then the Vardy or the Rodri news has come in. Then Barco, the news that Stupidin's back in training's come in. So things have kind of just adjusted a bit. Bonkers is getting Vice Captain Palmer. Asher says, what are your thoughts about Nkunku? I'm just not that excited. Posted on Twitter, and I did get a few pelters for this the other day, that he said that his target this season is to stay fit. Chelsea are buying a lot of players. He was benched in the last game. I don't know. I still don't feel like I know what he's capable of in the Premier League. Ellie Lovey David says, I finally have gone with Bernardo Silva. Hope it's a good gamble with Foden, De Bruyne not fit and Bob injured. Yeah, it could be. He's 6.5 again. He could start right wing, or he could start kind of inside. Mark Quinn, is on the bench boost. I don't love the bench boost because I think with the mystery chip and the 5 free transfers, there's enough kind of new elements to this season that we can't really judge how good the bench boost is going to be. Or the best strategy to use it, let's say, to start the season. But you've got Pope, Trent, Gabriel, Son, Bruno Fernandes, Jota, Son, Gibbs White, Solanke, Havertz, Isak. So no Salah, no Haaland. Seems risky. No Vardiol news. Rodri not being available puts me a bit off Vardiol. VJ is locked and nervous. Don't be nervous. Yeah, there is no Vardiol news. Don't worry. Sorry, I don't know what I said that's made you think that there is Vardiol news. There is no Vardiol news. It's the Rodri news has put me off Vardiol a bit, even though I kind of expected that Vardiol wouldn't be available to start the season. Haxford says, I'm also happy with my team. We are very similar, but I have Pedro Porro and Robinson instead of your Trent and Harwood Bellis, and Nkunku instead of Smith Rowe, otherwise the same. Yeah, I think that kind of template that's emerged is pretty strong now. Shiraz says, Southampton defence is better than Chelsea defence. That's why I'm going Haaland captain. Love it. How is the captain poll doing? 55% are on Isak captain, 30% Salah captain. I imagine that's everyone that owns Salah is captaining him. Let me know in the chat if you are a Salah owner but you're not giving him the armband. And then, yeah, Haaland v Chelsea away. Only 10%. Like, Haaland's still a big differential. I don't actually know what his ownership is. We've got a lot. Let's get rid of that for now. It's 50.8% Haaland. So I think FPL have got his pricing absolutely right. Emmanuel is on Captain Haaland. Trent starts tomorrow, is the next leak in from Lazy FPL. I need to I think they've not got a lot of leaks for tonight's game, clearly. I'll add that in anyway. I'm sure I've got a sign-up link for Lazy FPL, but I'm part of their members group. I think they've got like a it's a free newsletter, but they do have like a members group as well that I'm a member of. Oh, that's for Anfield Insights 9. That isn't actually Lazy FPL. Yeah, a lot of love for Newcastle, Forest defenders as well, which is valid. We are 20 minutes out from the deadline. So we've got breaking news that Ahmad starts for United, and we also know that Jota and Trent start for Liverpool tomorrow. No team leaks in from Fulham. I'm not sure if we generally get team leaks, although normally I'd say no one's really sweating on a Fulham leak, which is why maybe those channels are a little less established. Let's put it as. VJ says, can we get to 350 likes? We must be close. Oh, we're on 303, so we made it to 300. Thanks for the support, guys. Haxfold's got Flecken and Henderson. I like that. Definitely lost my place in the chat. Akshat is locked in and he says, have a great season. Good luck, Akshat. I hope you have a great one yourself. Let me have a look. I think Akshat sent me his team on WhatsApp. So he's got Pickford in goal, Vardiol, Kwanzaa and Gabriel, with Robinson and Howard Bellis on the bench. Then Eze, Gordon, Jota, Saka. That is a strong midfield. Haaland, Isak, Muniz. Lovely balance. Nice one. good luck, Akshat. We are 19 minutes out to the deadline, so it is time to be thinking about locking in those sides now. We've got a few team leaks. Ahmad starts tonight for Manchester United. Jota and Trent starts tomorrow for Liverpool. That's the early kickoff, I believe. I'll be looking forward to watching that game with my triple Liverpool. Hoping that they keep the clean sheet. That's for sure. Just having a look on X and making sure there's no like transfer news or anything. Yeah, I think it'll take a while for Chelsea to... Matthew says Nkunku or Gibbs White. Probably Nkunku just. What about Garnacho? Have you got someone from tonight's game? KG having a punt on Delight? I think... bit of early Man United team news has been posted by Manchester Evening News. Right, there is a rumour reported by the Manchester Evening News that Garnacho is on the bench, but that is unconfirmed. How do I... Hang on, let me put this in a different tab. So that's not absolutely true. I don't know if that's showing, is it? Is that going to show now? Let me get rid of my team. Sorry, I'm just having to resize this on the go. Yeah, so that is via the Manchester Evening News. Early team news whispers is Ahmad starts and Garnacho is on the bench. I think I'll update the breaking news, but with that kind of... Did I just recommend Garnacho? Garnacho bench unconfirmed. So that's not a solid thing, but something that we need to be aware of. So that's come via the Manchester Evening News. So that could be big. I would like to see another source before I believe that to be true. It's worth noting. But that would be huge in terms of FPL. Let me have a look. So that's just what Manchester Evening News have posted. I'm just going to have a look to see if it's anywhere else. Can't see any sign of it elsewhere. So whether they've seen the leak that Ahmad is benched, that Ahmad starts, and are then deciding that Garnacho could be benched. I don't know. But if it is, then that could be big. I will say that it's not confirmed. It is a leak. But that, I don't know. This always happens. You get close to the deadline and then something like that pops up. I can only go on what's there. So that is Samuel Luckhurst from MEN. That is not like a... Unless he's seen the leak that Ahmad starts and then has made the assumption that Garnacho is benched. But it's not confirmed. But that information is out there, and the Manchester Evening News is a generally reputable source, but they're not kind of hanging their heads on it. I've not seen any confirmation yet. I'm just sharing the information that I've got available to me at this time. Let's be diplomatic. What are we thinking? I can't see anything else. I feel like I've stuck my neck out because I've put on Twitter that the Manchester Evening News are reporting it. Sorry, I've completely forgot about the chat now as well. I told you I can't multitask. Let me give this a refresh and see if it's still there. I feel like I need a screenshot of this. I don't know, it seems strange. That piece of news. I don't know if I trust it. I'm just going with what's out there, just scanning for information. If that's come up, there's what I always think is there's no smoke without fire. Who's got Garnacho in their team? And what? I mean, it's 12 minutes to deadline now. Well, if Manchester Evening News are reporting it, then there's a good chance that it is true. I mean, we'll know for sure in 42 minutes, but if you're a Garnacho owner, you're going to be pretty annoyed then if he doesn't start. I mean, there is a chance that they've done it just for clickbait. There is that possibility. Someone has replied on Twitter and said, don't trust him, he's often wrong. So we don't know what info they've got. What are we thinking? I mean, the squad members have been confirmed. So he's with the squad. So it'd be, I don't know, it'd be a surprise if he didn't start. I was expecting him to start. It's beginning to look like it is true, guys, that Garnacho doesn't start. I wouldn't say 100%. But this is what this stream's for, to share the information that's out there. So if you are finding it useful, make sure that you've hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I've got completely distracted from actually locking in my team now. Shall I put my team back up? I mean, I've got to find it first. We are 10 minutes out to the deadline. VJ says we're so close to our 350 like target. Yeah, so make sure you are hitting that like button. Stress. Does anyone else feel stressed? Is it just me? I'm just searching for team news, which is, it has completely distracted me from making any late moves, if I'm honest. The Garnacho leak, I cannot hang my hat on it and say he's definitely benched. That's why it says unconfirmed in brackets. Manchester Evening News could be wrong. It could be clickbait. You never know. I've not seen a certain source agree with it yet. But if I had Garnacho in my team, I'd probably just choose someone else. I wouldn't normally say that on a leak. But I think in Game Week 1, when there's lots of options at that price point, it's a bit like, well, why risk it? That's big, though. It is big. So, yeah, what are you going to do? Why does this always happen? I think it's true. KG says I missed the stress. I haven't. 9 minutes out now. Nine minutes out. The breaking team news. It sounds like Garnacho is on the bench for Manchester United tonight. Who had Garnacho and what are you doing? As in, what are you doing now with that news? Linford, best 5 million defender to pick. I don't know. It's not a prize bracket I love. KG's gone with Ahmad. I don't mind the Palace wing backs. Parameter, Garnacho to Bruno. If you can get there, go for it. Absolutely. Yeah, that looks like the big news, that he's not going to start Garnacho. I mean, I've probably said it about 100 times. It is unconfirmed. That's what the Manchester Evening News have posted. Ahmad starts, that's certain. Jota and Trent start tomorrow for Liverpool. That's as certain as it can be overnight. But yeah. Rumours Garnacho is benched is a big one. 7 minutes out to deadline. Get locking in, guys. So many decisions to make. That could be huge, though. I've not made any changes then. I think I'm going to stick with Eze. Hope he doesn't move. It's one of them, isn't it? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is why I like to be locked, though, because like there's so many things that can cloud your judgment on the deadline. Like, you need to be sure. You know, the things that you're sure in, you need to be sure. We are 6 minutes out to deadline. I mean, this is probably in a little bit of delay, so it may be 5 minutes out. Hopefully I've given you some helpful early team news. So if I have, make sure you've liked the stream. We're nearly at 350 likes, which is what VJ was going for. And subscribe to the channel as well. I think I'm one off 32.8k. So let's get round the 100 at the very least. It's been crazy this week, absolutely crazy with the content. Are we locked? Robin's changed his team again. Actually, that says 6 minutes to go, get locked. It's probably more like 5 minutes to go now. I've not seen any more team leaks. I've not seen anything else to come to back up the Garnacho leak. But that's what information we've got at the minute. Liverpool agenda, start on Kunku or Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe. Aksha says, let's hit the subscribe target. Yeah, get it done. We're 4 minutes out now. Oh, the amount of questions that you guys have still got is incredible. Paul says he's locked. No Spurs attack is the only issue. As Jolly, that's Holly, says you can't have them all. Matthew says Trent and Aina or Gabriel and Porro. Trent and Aina. He's kind of come into quite a few teams in the last few days. Still no confirmation of the leak on Garnacho benched. but Manchester Evening News are reporting it. We are now 3 minutes out to deadline to lock in your teams. 3 minutes, it's not long. I'm looking forward to watching the United game now. Now it's come round to it. I feel like I've got my second wind. I do need to eat first though. I didn't have time for lunch. Akshat says, oh sorry, VJ says lock it in. We're almost there. 3 minutes. I'm still looking for team leaks. Oh, we've got a new member. Welcome down there. I thought you were a member anyway. Did I miss that? Or have you just signed up again? Paul wants to upgrade to the WhatsApp group. If you click... So if you joined as a channel member, if you then click I think it says see perks and upgrade. If you click upgrade, then you'll be able to move from the budget pick to the captain pick. Captain picks the WhatsApp. We are now 2 minutes out, guys. Get your teams locked for game week 1. I can't believe it's here, a new season. You always start with so much hope for game week 1. Right, we're all on a level playing field at the moment. But yeah, could just go mad from here. How are we feeling? Still haven't seen anything to back up the Garnacho thing, by the way. But a rumour is a rumour. I'm only going off what the Manchester Evening News have posted on their article. I've taken a screenshot of it, so if anyone comes complaining, I can be like, well, that's what the Manchester Evening News said. It's just you've always got to decide how you rank these sources in terms of how much you can trust them. Bruno starts. I mean, that's not a surprise, is it? Ahmad and Bruno start. Garnacho bench. We'll have to just add a question mark onto that. We are 1 minute out to the deadline. Could even be less than that, because you might be seeing this in a slight delay. We've done all right there on team news, I'd say. If it's true. De Ligt does not start for United tonight. Mount starts. It's all coming in now. So Bruno starts. De Ligt doesn't start. Mount does. And that is it. We are at the FPL Gameweek 1 deadline. I am locked. Whatever. To be fair, I didn't even check that my team was locked. Didn't even check on the FPL website. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that looks right. Pens down. We are done. We are done. Wow, that is it. Another season of FPL ahead of us. I'm loving it. Oh, man. Right. Thank you so much for the support on the stream, guys. You've been incredible. I really want to know if that news is true now, but I don't know if we're gonna get it very quickly to know exactly. KG, hopefully you got the leak in time. Akshat is locked. Jay's missed the deadline? You can't miss the deadline on game week 1. Oh. Love it. Right. We're not done though, guys, because I haven't even set up an FPL Challenge team yet or an FPL Challenge mini league. So that's going to be my next job. Whether that Manchester Evening News thing was right or not, let's move on to setting the challenge team. I'm just going to resize this. Because because I need to set up a league. So you might as well join the league and we'll set up a team. So FPL Challenge, we've got a bit longer. So FPL Challenge has changed for this season. We've got 5-a-side. Oh, still need a team name. I'm not going to be able to get the Solskjaer character now, am I? Does everyone else just choose the same team name every year? There we go. And I can never do it because it's like a weird keyboard shortcut. Whoa, don't want to be doing that. This is looking a bit weird. Oh no, I've changed the wrong thing now. Just wanting to make that browser. Probably need to go wider to make it smaller. And that looks weird as well. Resizing on the go. So FPL Challenge this season. So it's unlimited budget, 5-a-side. So who do we want? What are the key fixtures? I feel like I need Isak. I need Haaland. I need Salah. Well, then that's boring. Is that boring? Defender. Trent. Goalkeeper. Raya. That's just... Is that not just a really obvious team, though? Still a bit... I don't know if you can see it, can you? Might have to make it a bit smaller. Do we do it like that? Is that easier for you guys to see? Oh, you can choose any formation. Thing is, I want Isak, Salah and Haaland, so that's going to have to be the formation, isn't it? 1-1-2. Captain, Salah. Hedge. Do I want Trent? Is he the one to go for? Do I go double Arsenal defence? Nah, I'll go Trent. It'll be fun. Right, create a league. Do I normally just put... I think I just put the YouTube channel as the league name. Create. Pending moderation. How do I find the league code? So I think there's a season-long game now, isn't there? Game week 1. Options. Administer. Invite friends. Let's do that then. So if I drop this in the chat, they say this is for the challenge league. So definitely make sure you're joining that. If you haven't done so already. Why not? We needed to sort that out, didn't we? So that's the challenge team in. What is everyone else going with on challenge? Oh, there's a few differences. VJ, I'm going to quickly change my captain to Haaland. Oh, Nelson said the app crashed. Oh, I didn't know that had happened. Yeah, so get your challenge team in. You can see this, can't you? You can see the team I've made. Can you see the team I've made? I think you should be able to. Let me know if you can. I'm just a bit confused because it's showing something weird elsewhere. So that's the team I'm going with on challenge. Raya, Trent, Salah, Isak and Haaland. So there is changes to challenge for this season. I don't know where it explains it's here. Is that it? I really want to see if this Garnacho leak was true as well. Yeah, so FPL challenge. Pick a 5-a-side team for the first challenge where you've got a limited budget. Season-long mini-leagues. Last season, game week points disappeared. This season, you can dip in and out of challenge and play for individual game weeks or a season-long competition. be able to pick overall league, create a league, big prizes, events start with 5 aside. Events are a collection of game weeks in challenge. If you've got a league code for challenge yourself, let me know as well. So debut, all out attack for next week, promoted punt, 2 big at the back. Well, we'll see how we go with that. Let me know if you've got a league as well though and I can join. And you get these badges, I think, which are cool, rank badges. Hopefully this is something that gets implemented into FPL as well. So yeah, that's the challenge team. I'm just a bit confused about why it says game week 1, 5 aside and overall. Like what the game week significance is. Anyway, we won't worry about it. I've got a challenge team. Did I pin the league? Did I pin the league code? I'll pin it as well. So you can join the challenge team. Yeah, lots were asking about channel memberships. So a load got a free channel membership earlier. But also, if you want to join as a channel member, just click the join button on my YouTube under where you're watching. You can click join and then you can join as a channel member. If you join at the captain pick, then you get access to the WhatsApp group as well. Now there was one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about today, which you can also set lineups for now, and that is Sleeper. Now I said this wrong earlier, so I'm going to try and make sure that I don't do it wrong today. I've not realised I've not changed the colour scheme on this, but it doesn't matter. So Sleeper is a fantasy football app, and I've got a league on there for their Pick'em prediction game. Now, the winner of the Pick'em prediction game for my league in August will get a PlayStation 5, and it's absolutely free to play. So make sure, first of all, that you're joining my Pick'em league. I'll put the link in the chat. So the overall prize for August for the highest scoring player is a PS5. So free to enter. I think last time I looked, it might have gone up a bit now, though. There's about 400 people in. So you've got a good chance. You've got a 1 in 400 chance of winning a PS5. And I've got free reign on the prizes. So if you already have a PS5 and want a different prize of a similar value, then you can pick that as well. So the link is in the description to join my Sleeper Pick'em Prediction League and win the PS5. I'm also giving a football shirt to the weekly winners. I'll show you the UI because the app is so slick. So you join the Prediction League and you need to choose a result for every Premier League game this weekend. So you just click on, you don't need to do the score, it's just which team wins or if it's a draw. So you just click on the result. So it takes like 2 minutes to go through. And then there's no submit button, and then you go onto the leaderboard and you get a point for each correct prediction. So if you predict United to win tonight and they do, you get a point. So there's 10 points available for this weekend, 10 for the next, and 10 for the one after. And then whoever gets the highest score, the most predictions right, will win a PS5. And the app is really intuitive to use, so slick. There's also a live chat in there, so you can talk with me and the others on the chat. As well as that, there's overall prizes as well. Now, I will be promoting Sleeper all season and there'll be different monthly prizes and competitions. But if you get in there early and play all season, you've got a good chance of winning the £1,000 gift voucher for first place over the course of the season. So it's just win, lose or draw, and then you're getting a point for each prediction, and it's free to play. And a lot of you are in there already, so make sure you're checking that out. Link is in the description. It's in the chat pinned as well. Totally free to play, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So it'd be good to see you on there. It has been a very busy week, but it's also been the best week I've ever had on my YouTube channel in terms of views and engagement. So I'm delighted to everyone that has supported me through pre-season, particularly this week. You'll have seen on the channel all the content that's gone out this week is going to be available every week. So we've got my team, we've got the experts team, the Form V fixtures, the deal sheet. That's my weekly content. I'm going to have videos going out Monday to Thursday every week. Then the press conference stream on a Friday. Deadline stream, normally a Saturday. So if you have enjoyed this one, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Think about joining as a channel member. Join us in the WhatsApp. But thank you so much for your support. Even if you've just watched a video this week, you've done your bit to help support the channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you get a great Game Week 1 performance, especially those on the United Fulham game tonight. Thank you for watching.